Hi everybody, it's been 2.5 weeks since I had to put Charlie down. I'm still really sad, but it's getting easier to cope. The first 2 days was, I just know I cried. I cried and I felt sick. And anyway, what happened was Charlie's medicines weren't working anymore. And the last 2 days, the evenings, he would have these coughs. I can't even explain how horrible they were. And in the morning, he seemed okay. And, the third day before I had to put him down, he had a good day. We went to the dog park and he played. And this is the only time this has ever happened. There was about 15 tiny dogs at the dog park. And he did his best to play with them. He was happy. He was playing, for a minute. Then he would come up to me and he would jump up on my knees and I'd have to pick him up, and then he would watch everyone play from where I was holding him. And then he would tell me when he wanted to come down and play with him again. So we were there for hours because it was just little dogs kept coming in. And I'll show a picture of the last day, that day. Then that night, he just had this really bad cough. And in the morning, he'd get excited, go for a walk. But the walks would only last for like a minute. And then he'd look at me, like pick me up. So I'd pick him up and we'd walk. And then he showed me to put him down. So I put him down for a minute. And then it was like that. And then the next night the sleeping was worse. The cough was worse. It was all night. And he started to do this breathing, like this like weird breathing, so shallow breathing. So my roommates were like, I think it's time, and I agreed with them. So called the vet and made the appointment for next day because there was no room for him to go. So he had his last really bad night. That evening I went and I bought shredded roast beef and shredded chicken for him to eat on his last day. So you've probably seen a video of him eating that on his last day in a Kong because he loved Kongs. And my roommate has a doggy stroller, so I had to give him his pills, the pills that you give them before to make them drowsy. And he didn't like that. He was fighting me with it, and he was hating me. And I talked to one of my roommates last night about that, and he said, he just didn't want anyone touching him anymore. But I just didn't want him to experience. I just wanted to be relaxed when we went to the vet. But anyways, I got the pills into him. It was 2 pills. Then we got in the stroller. Not me, but he got in the stroller, the doggy stroller. And my other roommate and I took her little dog as well, and we walked to the vet. It's like a half-hour walk. So Charlie would get out of the stroller because he jumped in the stroller himself. Like, he loved the stroller. But he would get out, do a little sniff of the trees, pee, and then he would jump back in again, which was a mind fuck because I'm like, he's jumping into the freaking stroller. He's more okay during the day than at nighttime, and it just screwed with my head. But I know he was suffering. Like, oh, another thing, his belly was huge. It was swollen. So I think his belly filled of fluids over the night. So the meds started to kick in on him when we got to the vet, but not completely. So he's just never. It was a brand new vet. We want to make sure that he had never been in there before. And this vet is whole thing is fear like no fear. So we went in straight into the room. And the other roommate met us there, and because I'd asked him if he could get rid of the pee pads and stuff before he got home. So he got rid of all that because Charlie had pee pads all over the bathroom because the medication made him pee so much. So that would have been set me off as soon as I walked in the door. So my roommate got rid of those. So, anyways, he came after to the vet, and we all were in the room. And the vet, she was so awesome. There was a big, squishy, cuddly pillow for him to lie on. They give him the first shot, which puts him to sleep, which he was still trying to fight. He even tried to fight the second shot. There's another shot that puts him into a deep, deep, deep sleep. He was trying to fight that one too. He finally passed out. And then the third one was the final shot. And I told him I loved him like 10,000 times. Like, what can you do? You're trying to stay calm. I still feel like I think they can feel your energy, but as soon as the vet said, okay, his heart has stopped, seriously, I felt like this cord rip out of my stomach and just like go out of my stomach away. Like, and I can't believe he was gone. So I picked him. I was holding him, but I didn't hold him. You know, he was comfy in the situation as he was. So when they put him down, but afterwards, I just said, "Can I just hold him for the last time?" I picked him up, and his head went like this, and I'm like, "Oh fuck!" You know, like you just in my mind, I'm like, "Oh yeah, he can't. He's not alive anymore. He can't keep his head up." So, I held him for a while, and I felt like it was a little bit rushed because there was another appointment after me. But anyway, I wailed. I cried really loudly. I didn't even care. I don't care. And then when we walked out of the door, there was people sitting out there, and I was like embarrassed, and I turned around and I said, "Bye, Charlie." And then I walked out, and then I walked outside of the building, and I fell to my knees. I felt like I couldn't walk. I got up with my friends, and we just walked home, and I just cried the whole way. And then I got home and I cried, and I just was like, I can't fucking deal with this. So I took a gravel, which put me to sleep. I just couldn't handle it. And hold on just a second, I have to get a Kleenex. Sorry. So I had to sleep for the rest of that day. Then the next morning I got up thinking he was, well, the whole night I thought he was with me because he used to sleep near me, and I thought I could hear him coughing and breathing and all that stuff. But the next morning, you automatically go, "Okay, Charlie, let's go for pee pee poo poo." He's not there. And so I lost it. And I'm like, I have to get out of this. I need to go for a walk. He was in this room, it felt like. So I I went and returned bottles. I needed to do something. So it was a really rainy day, and it was really raining. Brought my umbrella. I went and returned some bottles kind of up a hill. Cried the whole way. And then on the way back, the hill goes down, and so and it was raining, and I had my umbrella on, kind of cover my face, and I wailed, like screamed so loud, screaming and crying, and just, I didn't even fucking care if anyone heard me. I lost it. And then I look up, and it's my friend Julia and her little dog Rocky. Rocky was Charlie's best friend. Probably seen some videos of them playing, the little white puppy, the little white dog in him. And I felt like, thank God. And then she hugged me for like a million times, and then Rocky was licking my face, and I was just like, Charlie died. And then, well, she already knew Charlie died, but I was telling Rocky Charlie died. Anyway, that whole thing. And then I had to go because Rocky was just so sweet and reminding me of Charlie. And I came home, And I cried, and I cried, and I cried, and I cried. And every time I went to the bathroom and I come back, I feel like Charlie's on the couch. I feel like he's here. He's not here. So it's getting a little bit better where I feel like he's not really here anymore, but a little bit he's here. Some things were happening during the first few days where I felt something rubbing against my legs. I felt I could hear him breathing. I could hear the coughing. And I don't know if it's like your mind just, I don't know. Anyway, I got him privately cremated. They were so sweet. I'm like, would you mind trying to get his paw prints inked so I want to get tattoos of both the dogs. They did. They did a whole bunch. I picked his ashes up a couple of days ago, and then I cried all over again, all the way. So they did all these paws for him. And where's Schrody's paw is over there. Anyway, so Charlie, Shrody was a Bichon Shih Tzu. He was a little bit bigger, but not too much. Anyway, I went a couple days ago. I went to see a tattoo artist because I want to get their ashes incorporated into my tattoo. And so, let me get his. I'll just show you Shorty's paw. This is Shrody's paw. Shrody passed away about 3 years ago. So he designed it for me while I was over there, and it's awesome. It's gonna go on my ankle, and it will say, "We walk together forever." I'm still thinking of the wording for that, but, so I'm gonna get that done. Yeah, the grieving part. The grieving part is, what was I gonna say? Yeah, this is his cremation. It's somewhere. Anyway, that's just to tell me that it's being cremated, that Charlie had been cremated, privately cremated. So I'm gonna get that tattoo done in a couple of weeks, not right now, because I have to get my passport sorted out. I'm moving to Australia. Everything reminds me of the dogs here, and I really have no life here anymore. So, my dad's Australian, and when I was born, he made me and my siblings dual citizenship, so I can work and live there. And I got all my paperwork from my dad yesterday, all my for Australia. He kept everything for me, my birth certificate. So, yeah, I want to get the tattoos done before I go. And my dad and me, my dad's 88. But so walking's kind of, no, he's still pretty active, but we have this place in a mountain that we walk to or hike to, and it's like our private little area where we put the animals that we had in our lives, their ashes, and some of them are buried there. So Charlie and Shrody's ashes are going to go over there. I can't take them to Australia with me. And I bought this little angel yesterday to hide it somewhere in there, so to watch over them. But I might get a couple of angels. But actually, I'm not sure about that because we kind of want to keep that area secret. But I need something to know if I come back to Canada and I want to go over there. I need something to, like, remind me, or, like, I don't know how to get there by myself. My dad knows the way to get in there. It's like this secret way, and I don't know how to get there by myself, so I need to make some kind of a trail without anyone knowing if I want to go over there. Anyway, I'm not going for a few months to Australia because I have to save up money. I have to get a job. I have to get an apartment over there. I have to do a lot of stuff, but um anyway, that's what happens with Charlie, and going through the grieving process is a lot. Um I do really feel like animals are still with us after they pass for a while until they know you're okay. I'm okay, so that's why I think he moved on to be with Shodi and all the others. Oh, the other thing that happened is my auntie Tishy, she died few days later. She was my favorite aunt. My family said she was really, really skinny, and I never got to see her. She lived in Kelowna. But my family's fucked up, and they were not talking to her about it. They thought she was anorexic. Um, they didn't, they just were talking about it. They didn't actually ask her. And I think she knew that the family's so fucked. She kept whatever she had to herself. Nobody knows how she died, but um, I did email her because I'm like, you know what? I'm going to ask her myself because I'm sick of you guys talking about people behind their backs. So I emailed my Auntie Tishy and I'm like, Auntie Tishy, I'm just wondering if you're okay. I just said, I go, family saying you're anorexic, and I just wanted to know if you're okay. And I totally get health, eating disorder stuff. I've had like a few, but I just want to make sure you're okay. And then I told her I'm moving to that Charlie's not doing. This is before Charlie passed, obviously. I said Charlie's not doing well, and I'm gonna go to Australia after he passed away. She emails me back, no, it's not anorexia. There's no doctors over here in this rural part of Kelowna. I have lost my sense in my taste buds, and she had a cane and everything, and she's like, I'll miss you if you move to Canada. I mean, sorry, I'll miss you if you leave when you leave Canada. And I sent her another email, and she never sent me one back. I don't know why. Probably she didn't have any energy. And then nobody heard from her for like, after Charlie passed, I posted something on Facebook, and she did like a sad emoji. So I think she passed away a few days after that. Nobody heard from her for a few days after that. And so my other auntie did a wellness check on her, and they came and checked up on her, and they found her passed away in her apartment. And nobody at the coroner's office, I haven't heard anything more. I don't know how she died, but I personally think she had like a terminal illness, and she just didn't want to tell the family because our family is a bunch of fucking idiots. Not all of them. My cousins are cool, but she was the only one that was not like that. She just kept to herself, and I really think that's what happened. Anyway, I'm gonna go now. I just wanted to update you on Charlie. If you're going through this, you can reach out to me. I'll I can I'll talk to you. Okay. I will talk to you guys later. Bye. Hey guys, when I was having a shower, I realized when I said my whole family sucks, there's not my dad or my brother. They're the best. It's basically just my mom's side of the family that's messed up. And so my Auntie Tishy was on that side of the family. And that's a big family. And anyway, my brother and my dad are not in that category. I just wanted to clarify that. Okay.